everyone and welcome to Transform Fitness. I'm your coach Aisha Bulamoria and today we are going to be doing an interval training session. Now don't forget what I taught you yesterday. The most important part of any running is your form and technique. As we get into the workout, I want you to know that a warm-up is very important. So we're going to start with a 500-meter warm-up followed by some running drills and then the workout. Now if you are a complete novice and you haven't run before, then start off easy on this treadmill. You just want to probably go at a pace of 3 to 4 and then gradually increase it up to 6, 7 or 8, completely depending on what your pace is going to be. So you want to just get into a slow walk to jog, and remember to keep your arms very relaxed. Remember, there's a difference between the jog and the workout. So make sure your jog is a very slow jog. Your warm-up is just a gradual build-up into the workout. Now remember, you always want to keep a check on your body. Arms not here, not too low. Make sure they're at your navel level. Very relaxed, very comfortable. Focus on your breath, like I always say. Breathing is the most important thing when it comes to running. If you're well focused on your breath, your runs are always going to be smooth. If your arms are nice and relaxed, it allows your lungs to take in all that breath in. So all your focus is really up here when you're running. If this part of your body is relaxed, the rest of your legs are just going to fly. Now I know that sometimes running a 500 meter as a warm-up can be too much. You see, this is where I start losing my breath. But you got to understand that warm-ups are the most important part of any workout. If your body is warmed up well, A, you're not going to get injured. B, you're going to start running better and better. You wouldn't waste so much of your time in the workout by warming up. You've already done the warm-up, then gone into a workout. So remember, this part of what we're doing now is very important for you. No matter what distance you run, you have to have a very good, solid base of warm-up. Okay, so we've got another 100 meters to go. So let's push for it. Come on. Nice and relaxed. Your body is warm now. Just keep going. 100 meters is nothing. And we're slowing down from that 500-meter warm-up. That was a really good warm-up. You should be really proud of yourself. You've gone through 500 meters without stopping. So slowly bring your speed down. Very gently. From a jog, you go back into a walk. You never suddenly pause and stop on a treadmill. Or even if you're running on the ground, make sure you always slow down. Get into a walk. Then pause. And from here, you can either have a small water break or we can quickly jump into our running drills. Now that we're done with our warm-up, the jogging part, we're coming into running drills. Why running drill is important? Because that's the eventual position you're going to be in when you're actually running. So all these warm-up running drills are actually preparing you to get into your final act, which is the run. So we're going to begin with, we've got a couple of exercises to do. We're going to start with some easy mobility for the hip. Then we're going to go into a little bit of dynamic exercises. So we do 10 reps of each of one round. Starting with hugging your knee to the chest. Pull your knee up as high as you can. As high as you can. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Turn around. Hug your knee to the chest. Hug your knee to the chest. Hug it. Up, down, and relax. Moving on to heel to buttock. So opposite hand up. Take your heel towards your buttock. Pull that quadricep in completely. Switch. Keeping this hand up is allowing you to lengthen. So very important, you keep the opposite hand up and down. Up and switch. From here, moving into open and shutting the gate. This is a very important exercise if you're a runner. Allows you to understand the importance of hip stability. So standing with both your feet forward, open the gate like a footballer, shut the gate. Open the gate, shut it. You can slowly move forward. If you also wish to do this on the spot, you can, but you can also move forward, allowing that hip, that big opening. And turning around. Okay, these are 3 important exercises that we do after we finish the jog, also before the dynamic. So you don't want to straight away go into dynamic exercises because your hips are not ready for it. From here, I want you to do a very easy, on the spot, very slow moving forward jumps. So you're still bouncing and then you just move forward. Keep your body very relaxed. You want to move your hands, you can move your hands. But I prefer to just stay stationary and allowing my calf, my heel and my Achilles to feel that bounce, just to start warming it up. Now, once you've given your calves that warm up, we slowly go into alternate leg knee lift. So it's pretty much like how you've seen everyone doing high knee, but all I want you to do is lift, lift, lift. Keep bouncing on the opposite leg. Lift, 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 lift up, lift up. Point your toes up and softer landing. Make sure you're not banging your feet very hard. So again, going lift, 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 lift. 3, 2, 1, relax. Okay, from here. Hands overhead. We want to warm up the obliques a little bit. So keeping our hands here, exact same movement with our legs, but making sure this time we're giving a little bit of oblique twist. So you're warming up your obliques and the abdominals. Remember, running involves a lot of rotational movement while you're running. So warming up the obliques is a very essential part of our warm-up drill. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turning around, switch. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Catch your breath. Dynamic means your heart rate is going upwards. So you've got to learn to breathe. You can walk a bit. You can rest. Feel that opening in your legs. From here, we just do very gentle kicking. Everybody has their own different length of hamstring. Mine is very different from yours. Yours will be different from somebody else's. I just want you to focus on lifting the leg. So even if your leg doesn't lift all the way up, it's totally okay to have it just Alright? Pointing your toes straight up, not away from you, not towards you. Let's go. Just 5 kicks on each leg. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Good. Shake your legs off. Walk. Okay, you're starting to feel more warmed up now. Your body is feeling warmed up. Okay, one more exercise. The most important one. You see every runner doing it. It's called the high knee. But I'm not going to do the typical high knee because it requires a lot of precision of how you do it. So we'll bring it down, we'll regress that movement and go low to ground high knee. So it's only going to be up until here. I do not need you to do anything wrong that's going to hurt your back. Okay? So going forward, coming back the same way. 3, 2, 1, pointing your toes forward, hands at your waist level, and start. And coming back from here. And relax. Good. That was a nice easy warm up. The jog plus the drills kind of get you warmed up, which also means that you're not straight away going into your workout with a cold body. You have warmed up well enough. From here, we're moving into our workout for today, which is interval training. Okay, so we're done with our warm-up, we're done with our running drills. Now we come to the main part, which is your interval training. That's your workout for the day. We're going to be running 3 repetitions of 1 kilometer. Now, I want you to adjust a very comfortable pace here. You don't have to go too fast since today is your first day of actually working out. Yesterday, we did a little bit about posture technique. So put all those rules into this workout. It's okay if you make some mistakes, but I also want you to watch my posture as we're running. So we're going to get started with our repetition number 1. I want you to increase your pace as much as you feel comfortable. My pace does not have to be your pace does not have to be somebody else's pace. So I want you to feel that comfort. We're going to start walking for at least 10 seconds and then slowly move into the run. Okay? So keep watching that 1K time. Very important, you watch the 1K time as you're running. Time on the ground. Okay? Let's go. Now I know that sometimes this can be hard for you, but you just want to focus on your breath. You want to be relaxed, keep your arms relaxed. Remember, you don't want to be here, you don't want to be down here. Just at your navel level, very comfortable, very relaxed. Soft landing of your feet on the floor. Whew, that was good. So you're done with your first rep, which means you need to now catch your breath before you go into the next. Rest is very important. Most people don't understand the importance of rest. If your body doesn't recover well, you're not going to be able to give your 80 to 90% into the next set. So this time of 90 seconds recovery that we have is for you to bring your breathing down. You can have a really small sip of water, but I prefer to keep walking so that you can just bring your heart rate down to a very comfortable pace where we're not out of breath. Okay, so rest, a nice 90 second. Keep going, just walk, breathe, feel your feet on the ground and relax before we get ready for round number. Whew. So that was number 2. You're done with 2 reps. I want you to now focus on the last one. Remember, sometimes our body tends to shut down. It wants to give up. You always feel like, oh, I've done 2 or 3 really good ones. Maybe I can take a rest. No, it's the last one that really counts. If you can give your best in the last one, no matter what time you run, but if you can give your best, you feel good after you finish that last one. You know you've really done a very good workout. So I always say, leave the last one, leave the best one for the last one. Okay, so that's what we're going to target now. But for now, you want to just bring your breathing down, you want to relax, you have a 90-second recovery. So take all that time to process and prepare for the last repetition. And we're done. 3 rounds in of 1K. Well done. Catch your breath. This is your time to rest. You have another 90 seconds to maybe 2 minutes of recovery. This is where you're just going to walk. Slow recovery, walk. Have water. Sit if you want. But we're going to get down and get ready for strides. We're going to do 5 strides. So catch your breath, have water and get ready. So now we're going to do 5 strides. What is a stride? How is it different from the regular running that you're doing? A stride is in between a jog and a sprint. A jog is when your body is running in a small little box. It's running in a very comfortable form. Sprint is when your body is completely lengthening out and you're going very fast. In between that comes a stride. So you're going from the jog to the stride to the sprint. But we're not going to sprint today. We're just going to stride. So I want you to watch me as I'm doing it. Again, posture very important. Keep those arms relaxed. Try to run a little bit on your midfoot. I know this is not easy because a lot of us are very used to running from heel to midfoot. We're not straight away used to running on the midfoot. But I just want you to try. If you can't do it, it's totally fine. Do what makes you feel good and be happy when you're doing it. Okay, don't stress about it. Your pace, your time, your strides. Okay, so we're gonna stride for 30 seconds. We're gonna have a 1 minute break between that. 30 seconds again, 1 minute break, 31, 31. Okay, so I want you to prep. Let's go up your pace. This is going to be little faster than your regular jogging pace. Okay, so make sure arms are driving, the legs are opening out a little more. Okay, 3, 2, going for it, get ready. My pace is going up and so is yours. I am going to be touching about 11, 12 and go. Keep it very relaxed, very relaxed. And relax, slow it down. Slow down your pace. You're going to walk for 1 minute and we're going to go up again. And we're done. Whew. That was really good. I want you to take a nice 1 minute pause, breathe, relax. I want you to understand why we did this today, just to make sure that your body is getting into speed every other day. Catch your breath. Breathe. Very relaxed breathing. We're not done yet. We have the last part left of this workout, which is the cool down. So get your mats out, have a minute's water break, and then let's get down to some cooling down stretches. Now that we're done with the entire workout, we come to another very important aspect of the entire training program, which is your cool down stretches. Everybody puts a lot of stress on warm up and how good the workout needs to be, but most people forget that cooling down and stretches are as important as the entire drill. So today I want to take you through a full body warm up, warm down, okay, or cool down stretches, however you'd like to say it. I also like to do a lot of my cool down stretches barefoot, because in our shoes we tend to use our feet a lot. So that also allows me to now actually use my feet on the ground and to stretch all the muscles that are attached to my feet. So we're going to do a couple of exercises that are going to give you a full body stretch. Let's begin by keeping our feet apart, like a nice triangle split. Not too far, just be very, very comfortable. From here, I want you to hold your hands up, just interlock them elbow to elbow. Hold it here, inhale. As you exhale, slowly drop yourself down, push your hip back, flatten your back, roll over to the other side, coming to the side and up again. One more round. Drop to the left, push your hip back, roll that hip, head, shoulder, hip again and coming up. One more time, going to the other side, drop to the right, going down, go, 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 twist up to the other side, back to center, one more round, drop, push that hip back, roll that head, spine to the left, coming up again and relax. Good. From here, opening out your hands, turn your left foot outward, turn the right foot in, bring both your hands down, giving your adductors and your hip flexors the deep stretch that it always requires, because these are the muscle groups that people tend to use a lot. I want you to just stay here, give that hip that opening, nice and big opening, hold it there, slowly coming up, going to the other side, drop that knee, nice and parallel to the hip, looking ahead, allowing that adductor hip flexor to open up. Hold it there, breathe. Breath is everything. We say it all the time in running. It's the exact same for stretching. Coming back to center, bringing both your toes forward, slowly push your hip back. Imagine you're going to hold your ankles. If you wish to drop the legs further out, you can, but just hold your ankles and drop your head down. Completely relaxed. Your forehead should be facing the ground. Hold your ankles there. Keep pulling yourself down if you wish to, or else you can just stay here. Slowly coming back to center. Join your feet. Okay. From here, I want you to just sit, okay, in a nice garland position. Be very comfortable. Okay. This is also the Indian toilet style. Very, very good, especially for pregnant women. This is a great hip opener, but just in general for everyone, this is a very, very good exercise for you to open out your hips. So sit here, press your palms into your hand, into your knees, and just relax that hip, relax it, let it do the job. The hip is doing the job. Your job is just to press those hands into each other. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and relax. Good. Bring your feet together, turning around on the mat. First, we're going to open out the top of the feet. Remember, our feet have been used a lot. So we're just going to sit in a very comfortable position. I know this can be hard for some people. If you can't sit like this, you can keep Your toes can be curled in. Okay, this is pointing your toes down. This is a very good relaxation kind of a position for your Achilles, for your calf, for your shin, for the top of the foot. Okay, we can just be here. We're not doing anything much. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to interlock your hands at the back. Okay, make sure your palms are sticking to each other. You're not here. Interlock them. Join the palms, pulling that chest out. Slowly drop your head down. Drop it. Drop it. Hold it. And slowly coming up. Okay, from here we're going into a downward facing dog. Excellent exercise. If you are a runner and if you do a downward facing dog every single day, your game is going to change. It's such a beautiful exercise. Go into a nice plank position. Inhale, and as you exhale, pull your chest towards your thighs. Now adjust your feet the way you would like to. Not too far away, not too close. You want to be in a nice triangle position. So keep pressing your palms into the floor. Keep pressing them, pressing them. Now alternately drop your heel down. And from here, as you come forward, I want you to take one leg into a pigeon pose. Hold that position here, allowing that glute of yours to just lengthen out. Your glutes, very important muscles when you're running. If your muscles are tight in your glute and your lower back, you're actually going to start running slower. So it's so important that you start opening out these muscles. Okay, you're going to hold it here. Breathe, hold, breathe. Okay, slowly coming up. Switch legs, drop the other leg in. You'll notice that my one hip is way tighter than the other. That also kind of doesn't allow me to open out my stride length. But that's why we're doing this. And that's why I do this daily. And so should you. Stretches are so important. You just have to make sure that your body is constantly being opened up into these different stretches. Okay? From here, going back into a downward dog, you'll start seeing that your hips have opened, your ankles are much more open, your chest is going closer to your thighs, shoulders are opening up, and from here, slowly walking forward, sit, and have this little piece of tool with you. I know that some of you don't have a rope, which is totally okay. As an alternative for a rope, we can use a towel, you can use a napkin, you can even use a skipping rope. It doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily have to be a yoga rope. 3 important moves through this exercise, opening out very big muscle groups. We're going to go for hamstring, adductors, which are your inner thigh, and the glutes again. A lot of stress has been put on opening out and stretching the glutes because they are the biggest muscle group that you really run with. One of the biggest muscle groups, okay? So I want you to sit here comfortably. If you have your towel, your rope, skipping rope, whatever. If you don't have any tool for today, it's totally all right. You can actually use your hands to do it. So you can keep your hands behind your knee. And if you have the rope, you're going to hold the rope in front, okay, on top of the foot. So I want you to sit up, breathe, make sure you're sitting in a nice comfortable position. 3, 2, 1, point your toes towards you. So you're lengthening out your calf, you're lengthening out your hamstring. Hold it here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Keep your head relaxed. From here, slowly drop it out to the left, allowing your adductors to open up. Deep stretching of the adductors. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Coming back up, drop it to the opposite side. Take your head to the other side and allow that spine, lower back, glute, ITB, everything on the outside chain to open up very gently. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Slowly coming back to center. hold it up, hold it, and very gently sitting up. Taking it to the other leg, same drill. It's alright if you do not have an equipment, you have your arms, you can use it. Okay, taking this up, all the way up, pull your toes towards you, drop your head down. Now, my one leg is always tighter than the other, so I'm going to focus more on pushing that knee back, pulling my toes towards me, so I get a deeper stretch in my hamstring. Very important, we run a lot, so you want to make sure this entire chain, the posterior chain, is starting to open up. So hold that stretch here. 3, 2, 1, drop it out. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Coming back to center, drop it to the other side. Make sure your head is on the other side. Pulling it only as much as you can. Do not push it. Just go to where you feel comfortable. Slowly coming up. Nice and relaxed. Sitting up. Let go. Extend your legs out. You're going to give a little bit more spinal stretch. Again, running is a rotational movement. So if we are going to do running every other day, it's also important that you give your spine the much needed flexibility and twist. So from here, if you're sitting straight-legged, taking your hands up, slowly drop them, one hand behind, one hand by your side, and imagine your body is going closer to the floor. So you're giving your spine, your rib cage, that deep stretch. Coming back to center, up, twist to the other side, and going down. Coming back to center. From here, slowly drop your hands forward. Wherever you are comfortable, place your hands. If it's here, 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 or here, it doesn't matter. Your range is your range and mine is mine. So I want you to work within your range. Once your hands are up, slowly dropping forward, holding your ankle. Please don't do this. Maintain your vision in between your toes at all times and pull that spine up. Hold it there. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly walk your hands back. Join your feet, cross-legged, very comfortably. Feel that opening in your hip from all that stretching that you've done. You're going to start feeling that little bit of opening. Okay? That brings us to the end of our workout. Thank you very much for joining in. I'm just very happy to be a part of your journey, to help you get through your first 5K through this entire program. I hope that you are having fun. I hope you will run good, and I hope that you will stick to this plan and give it your 100% every time. So keep running, keep transforming, and this is me signing off, your coach Aisha Bulamoria. Until next time.